PRism is 50. It is firmly in the grasp of middle age, yet it has never looked better. I think you'll all agree. This year marks our golden anniversary, and it's a big night for our chapter, and it's a big night for PR in Los Angeles as well. And, you know, over the years, the PRism has been described as the Oscar of the public relations industry. And it's a fairly apt description, I think, especially tonight, when you consider the fact that we are gathered in the very same ballroom that hosted the first Oscar ceremony back in 1929. You can almost feel the history here. It all began back in 1964, which was a big year for many things. It was a year that saw the passage of the Civil Rights Act. It saw the Beatles' introduction or debut in America. It saw the launch of the Ford Mustang. In other words, there was a lot going on in 1964. And it was amid that backdrop that PRSA-LA launched the PRism Award. Now, flash forward 50 years, and here we are, one of the longest-running award programs of any PRSA chapter in the nation. And today we have nearly 600 members. Now, I promise you, I give you my word, that tonight we are not going to honor each and every one of those 600 members. Over the next couple of hours, we're going to give away a lot of awards, we're going to celebrate the moment, but we're also going to take a fond look at the past through a series of short videos, and I guarantee you they're short. But they'll give you an idea of why the PRism is so very important. Without any further ado, let's get the party started. I mentioned earlier that we have a host, a single host for tonight. But we don't just have any host. We have arguably the most entertaining, the most experienced show host on the planet. And would you believe that he is also a former PRSA member?
Is there room for the man with perfect hair?
Sophisticated yet different without making a huge fuss about it.
Hold on tight, this is going to be a rough one.
This is incoherent drivel. All right, I'll just have to get things started.
And now, here's your host, John O'Hurley! How are you? Tonight is a wonderful completion of a circle for me. When I left college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Even though I had majored in acting, I was scared to death of it. And so I went into the next most theatrical thing I could think of, which was public relations. And it gave me an opportunity to learn to speak in front of people in a way that I had never done before, and certainly in a way that theater had never trained me before. And then after that, for 3 years, I became the director of public relations for the American Red Cross at the same time that AIDS had just become part of the public profile. And so at this young age, I was exposed to something that was an extraordinary part of the Red Cross blood program, as well as other experiences that I had also in the disaster team area. And I look back on that 6 years that I spent. And if I pair that up with all of the other things that I did to train as an actor, I would say those 6 years were the most infinitely valuable time I ever had, because it taught me about my personal responsibility to market myself as an actor. And no actor grows up with that sensibility. They rely on their PR agents, they rely on their agents to do it. They don't rely on themselves individually. And I grew up with a linear sense of marketing. And if I've had an eclectic career through writing and through composing and all the other things that I do, it's all because I had the wonderful experience of sharing the same trade with you.
I met Howard over 25 years ago at an event, and immediately just fell in love with this guy. How could you not? We kept dialoguing, and a few months later he called me and asked me if I would join him in an endeavor. He had just left Burson Marsteller and had set up his own company. It was the smartest decision I've ever made in my life, up to that point, certainly. So Howard, I was honored and proud to be your partner. You were, as you are today, kind, loving, passionate, cool under pressure, courageous, whip smart, funny, strong character, very outspoken, and you are handsome too. There was one thing that stuck out of my mind more than anything else, Howard. We had one of the worst new business meetings ever. And you always say to younger people in the business, no such thing as a bad meeting. This was a bad meeting. It was horrible. Howard literally almost hit the guy opposite us in the conference room. And it was a borderline fight. And it was with the CMO of this company that was convinced people were going to go buy high-end coffee. And we told Starbucks, go to hell, it'll never work. So it's great. I do want to acknowledge, Howard, that you have been an incredible son. I had the pleasure of seeing you at your best with your father Leonard and mother Myrna, and I'm sure Leonard is smiling down on you right now. I'm sure he'd be very proud. And with all this body work, Howard, I know you're not done yet. More mountains to climb, walls to knock down. On my clock of 15 minutes, Howard, I think the past 30 years represents about 7.5 minutes, so we need you to get back to work. Come on up first.
You know, this profession and I were a perfect fit right from the start. I've loved public relations from my first week in the business. I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. You know, I always think about it. In PR, we're there for the best of times for our clients and the worst of times. And along the way, I've had remarkable experiences. I've met presidents, kings, I've hung with Madonna. I've ridden in race cars with Mario Andretti. I've been with Stevie Wonder while he rehearsed a song, and maybe even smoked a joint or two with Timothy Leary. Edward Bernays, the father of PR, said it best: a PR person has 3 jobs. First, he or she must present the client to the public. Next, we must tell the client what they're stepping into. And finally, and to me probably the most important thing, is we must do good. And that mantra has guided most every decision I've made in this business. I accept this award with enormous gratitude, great humility, and mostly with respect for those who've come before me, those who will follow in my footsteps, and those who have made this journey alongside of me. Thank you, everyone.
The Outstanding Achievement in Public Affairs recognizes efforts over a career. And Steve's efforts have shown that he cares about others. Tonight, the PRSA would like to return that favor. It's my honor and it's my great pleasure to present this award to Steve. Would you all join me in welcoming and honoring Steve Nissen?
People have asked me more than once, how is it that you've had all of these seemingly unrelated jobs? How has your career spiraled from big corporate law, doing work on behalf of big litigation clients, to poverty law, helping low-income families and children, to Sacramento, where I dealt with weighty issues from the energy crisis to hate crimes? How did I end up at a motion picture studio whose current movie, #1 movie in America, by the way, is titled Dumb and Dumber 2? The main message from every part of my career has been to listen. Listen to your clients, listen to your constituents, listen to your community, because everyone matters. Orville and Wilbur Wright were serial entrepreneurs. I don't know how many of you realize this, but this is true. Before they had the bicycle repair shop, they designed and they built a printing press. They ran a newspaper and did PR work for clients in Ohio. So, Public Relations Society, take the credit for manned flight. Couldn't happen without PR.
Rich, congratulations on your award. We're lucky to have you here at KTLA.
Who are we talking about?
Rich DeMuro.
Rich DeMuro.
Huh? Never heard of him.
All right. Well, hey, Rich, hurry up and accept this award. You have to be on air at 5:15 tomorrow morning. Congratulations.
Congratulations, buddy.
You know, Rich, the entire KTLA Morning News team wanted to be here tonight. Unfortunately, their schedule didn't permit. Yeah. But when we asked them to produce that video, they jumped at the opportunity. They are your second biggest fans behind the people in this room. For all... You know, Rich, for all that you do, for helping put LA tech on the map, for always being open to a pitch, And just for being a great guy, PRSA-LA is proud to call you News Professional of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you, Aaron.
Wow, so yes, I do have to be at work at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, but I guess they're all asleep, but I'm here. But thank you. This has been great. This is my first kind of entree into the PRism Awards, and it's kind of a fun way to be honored tonight in front of folks that are usually blowing up my cell phone and my email and my Twitter and my Facebook and my... no one comes to my house just yet, but if you try that, that'll be interesting. When you wake up at 3 a.m., you really have to love what you do. I've been doing it at KTLA for 4 years, and every single morning I wake up and I go, what the hell am I doing? For me, I think for working with you guys, my principles are pretty simple. Like Eric said, I'm open, I'm available, I put myself out there, I've got my email, I've got my, basically any way you need to get in touch with me, I'm open to it. If someone pitches me, I've got one guy that calls me literally 3 times a day trying to pitch me on the same story. It ain't happening. But the rest of you, I am really open to what you're telling me, what you're asking me to do, and I think it's a really good situation between the two. Thank you guys, you do a great service out here. I know reporters, journalists sometimes think like, oh, I don't need you guys. Not true. Don't ever let anyone tell you that, because believe me, it's a symbiotic relationship, and feel free to pitch me, just not by Twitter. Good night.
I am so jazzed to present this award because for those of you who know me, I am an avid mountain bike rider, and I know there are many of you out there. Let me tell you a little bit about Ciclavia. Ciclavia has earned this recognition for doing what many thought was impossible. I don't know what other organization could get car-crazy Angelenos to feel good about closing major streets, closing major thoroughfares, albeit temporarily, to vehicle traffic. But Ciclavia, you did it. Everyone loves it, and they can't wait until the next one. So join me, ladies and gentlemen, in congratulating Ciclavia with this award.
We're privileged to share, this is Rob Gard, also our Director of Communications. I'm privileged to share the table, thank you, with SpaceX. And I just read that their goal is to enable people to live on other planets. Well, our goal is to enable people to live in Los Angeles. And I always wanted to make this a place where people could walk and enjoy the city and enjoy Los Angeles for what it's worth. And if you haven't had a chance to experience a car-free Los Angeles, come out to the next Ciclavia on December 7th in South LA and see what an entire new city and fall in love with LA all over again. Rob Gard.
We're thrilled to be here. We're thrilled that we're seated with SpaceX, as Aaron said. You know, we get people to explore the city, they get people to explore the universe, and in the words of another honoree, it's a small world after all. We're thrilled. Yeah, you're laughing now, but like in 2 hours, when you can't get that song out of your head, you're going to kick my ass, I swear.
So every year, the Joseph Roos Community Service Award honors an individual who has consistently gone above and beyond the call of duty and community service. This year's winner contributes to PRSA at all levels, local, district, national. He has the enthusiasm, the energy, and the passion of a first-year PRSA member, but has the expertise and wisdom that can only come from his years of experience. I'm proud to announce this year's Joseph Roos Community Service Award winner to my good friend Dennis Walcott, president of the Walcott Company. Thank you, Dennis, for all your hard work in promoting the profession and staying on the front lines of water conservation, a challenging issue we all face.
Thank you all. This actually, to kind of loop back to what a prior award winner said, there's kind of a neat connection here. I'm standing on the stage where my mother met my dad. Several years ago, she was in the USO and was performing an accordion, and my dad offered to help take her accordion out, and they met, and here I am. So it all loops back, right? In this room, this is an amazing group of individuals. This award should not represent just one person. It should represent all of us in this room today have something to give. We have an incredible gift. We bring stories to life. We make people look good. We get clients out of trouble. We lead social change. So I ask you, why not spend a little time helping each other and helping those people who can't afford our outrageous hourly rates?
Disney citizenship is the company's continuing commitment to be among the most admired companies in the world. God knows I love them, not only for employing me over the years, but they played a huge part in making my proposal to my fiance at Disney World something out of a Disney fairy tale. It was incredible. In their stories, they find the inspiration to envision a brighter tomorrow and the aspiration to make that dream come true. Through their actions, example, and philanthropy, Disney believes in strengthening communities near and far and inspiring the next great dreamers, doers, and builders of a better tomorrow. For these reasons and more, it is my pleasure to present the 2014 Corporate Citizen of the Year Award to the Disney Corporation.
Disney's known across the world for creating magic, including, yes, the It's a Small World song. Corbin, will you lead us in a sing-along, please, an interpretive dance? No, okay. It's a great company, and yes, we create magic, and some of the most magical things come from our citizenship team. At Disney, we believe that our concern for kids and families has to extend beyond their entertainment to the world in which they live. Our employees have given more than 8 million hours of their own time in service to their communities as Disney volunteers. We fill children's hospital rooms with comfort and laughter. We inspire families to lead healthier lifestyles. We hire, train, and support military veterans through our Heroes Work Here initiative. We've provided millions of dollars for conservation efforts in more than 100 countries, and we're making real progress in reducing our environmental impact, adapting our operations to significantly decrease the amount of waste we send to landfills, and lowering our greenhouse gas emissions. On behalf of everyone at the Walt Disney Company, it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
The SpaceX PR team gained international attention for the company's first launch, which they maintained by managing real-time news interest, followed by managing media coverage of the capsule's return to Earth and successful retrieval. This set the stage for continued strong national and international interest in everything SpaceX. As the company leaps forward with satellite launches, reusable rockets, and having been selected by NASA for building the next manned space capsule. SpaceX has a mission that is unequally noble, uniquely noble, and their PR team, worthy of the challenge, manages the message and reputation of that mission with excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, here now to accept the PRism Award for PR Team of the Year, on behalf of the SpaceX team, please welcome to the stage Emily Shanklin.
When you work in a rocket factory, there's amazing things happening around you all the time, so it can be really difficult to stand out. But this team behind me manages to do that on a daily basis. I've never had the opportunity to work with a team as talented, as smart, as dedicated as the people you see standing behind me, so I feel like it's a privilege to be part of this group. And I appreciate you so much, and we'd like to thank the PRSA for giving us this award and congratulate the rest of the winners for including us in this event. Thank you so much.